Hi everybody, it's me, Mrs. Machota, and today I'm here to talk to you about your Unit 11 Summative Final Project. You've been working really hard in your CBS books and with your mini lessons, and it's now time to take all that information and new learning that you've done and put it into application. You're going to be creating an 8-slide slideshow for us. You're going to first start with slide 1 when you look at your handout. Slide 1 is going to be your book title, which is right here. All of your information on what needs to happen in your slides is at the bottom in the notes. So if you look at the teacher sample that's right here, you see that you have the title of your book, the author, your name, and then you're going to get a picture of your book. We're going to have those in a Google Doc for you in Classroom so that you'll have the works cited entry of where we got those images from. And then you will create your book title. Then on slide number 2, which I'm clicking into, you're going to have your definition. So you're going to come up with your own definition from adversity and your own definition of resilience. We do not want to see a dictionary.com definition here or a definition from a dictionary from the classroom. We want it to be in your own words. How are you internalizing those words, adversity and resilience? You can see it here on the teacher model. Here's our definition and then our definition of resilience. And then you're going to give examples of adversity, examples of resilience. I said here from slide 3 because this is going to be the adversity that you're going to talk about on slide 3, and then the resiliency from slide 3, same thing from slide 4, slide 4, slide 5, slide 5. So if you look at our teacher model right here, we give you those examples of it. So on slide 3, we're going to talk about intolerance and hatred and then perseverance. That should be pretty clear. Moving over to slide 3. Slide 3 is now you're making your examples from your books. Once again, all the information on what you need to do is right here, but here's your teacher anchor. So you're going to put in the title of your book and your author up here in the heading, and then right here we just want you to type out that paragraph. All this information you can find on the front of one of your 3 evidence sheets. Yours might start out a little bit differently. So instead here in the teacher model we said in King Christian of Denmark's biography. Yours might start off with something like in chapter 3 of Dave Pelzer's A Child Called It memoir, Dave finds out, and then you list that adversity, or Dave has to overcome an illness or his mother's physical abuse. And then you're going to move into it that way. You notice here that we have an image. We also have an image that happens here on the second page. If you're including images, that's awesome, but they need to be cited from ImageQuest. We're going to talk to you about that in another video of how to use ImageQuest. But please note that images are extra credit and have to be included in the works cited page on page 8 of the slideshow, or they will not count. Okay, so once again, slide 3 is the example, the adversity from your book. You have this already. Slide 4 is an example of an adversity from your book. Slide 5 is now you're connecting to a mini lesson. So you can choose from any of the 7 mini lessons that we've done in class. And then once again, just write that paragraph out. Look at the mini lesson example from the Ryan White that we've done. That is a full example of what that paragraph looks like. So I just want to reiterate, slides 1 through 5 is just thinking that you've already done, that we've done inside of the slideshow. When we come down to slide 6, this is your new thinking. So you're making a connection between your book and the mini lesson. So you can see here at the bottom, it says, write a paragraph describing how your protagonist and the person in your mini lesson that you chose are related. How are their adversities or resiliency similar? And that's why I've used that puzzle piece here to really show that connection. So I spoke on Janice Korzak, I spoke on King Christian, I'm tying those together. Moving down to slide 7, I'm going to be doing some new thinking again. That's why I have these two little people plugging it together. This is your connection to yourself. So how can you connect those two people that you talked about? So in the teacher model, we talked about Janice Korzak and we talked about King Christian. How can you connect it to something that you've done? Either an adversity that you've overcome that's been similar, or a way that you've used resiliency, which is similar. And then finally, in slide 8, you are creating a works cited entry. Please remember that this works cited entry is in alphabetical order. You really only need 2 works cited entries. The reason that the teacher sample has more is because of the citations for the images, and that's why you're receiving extra credit. So really what you need to focus on is you have class time this week to work. I would be working in and out of the class to get things done. Once again, slides 1 through 5 is thinking that you already have. That's on your evidence sheet. Slides 6 and 7 is new thinking. You're making connections to the mini lesson and the text that you read, and then a connection between yourself and what you've read. And then slide 8 is just your works cited. If you have any more questions, feel free to call us and talk to us in class, or send us some comments in classroom. Hope this helps. See you tomorrow.